Understanding the cost is, as you know, a pretty tricky thing to figure out because some people might need one cycle, some people might need to go all the way to a surrogate. An average IVF baby costs about $70,000, 70, but it can really vary. So helping people to kind of understand their own biology, what their own journey is going to look like is the first step. And then we'll help them break it down into phases.
It's so interesting because, for starters, the numbers that you're sharing with us are just mind-blowing. $7,000 on average. I have no words. And the interesting thing about going through IVF is that you're taking it one step as it comes. And you don't necessarily know what the step is going to be. You know, you're working with doctors who do this all day long and like, oh, obviously you're going on to the next step of IVF. And there's not always this holistic, what's the plan? How far can we go? You know, what happens if this fails? What happens if that fails? You sort of have to make these decisions on the fly. This one didn't work. Do we go on to another one? Yes or no? Make a decision right now. So you're making these bite-sized decisions quickly and with limited information. And it is until you pan out, you go, oh my God, I've already spent this much. And in order to get to my end goal, I have to spend X more. But what's nice about what you're saying is if you're starting with the end in mind and can break it down, that's more foresight than I think most people have when they're trying to build a family. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's exactly the right way to think about it and how we've approached this, because I saw so many people in the exact position that you're describing where it's like information's coming at you one day at a time. You didn't realize that there was going to now be a bill for medication or a second cycle, and it just adds up, and that stress adds up too. So the main thing that our team's been working on, because we have a bunch of really incredible data scientists and folks with experience in bio and predictive analytics, we actually have a new program that helps people predict the exact cost of their IVF journey, which is so incredible because, as we talked about, you know, I've seen so many people where they might get lucky and get pregnant on the first cycle, or it might take them 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 cycles. So you are being forced to take on that risk and that uncertainty historically. But Sunfish now has an IVF success guarantee. And I'm so proud of the team for putting this together because it's been a tremendous amount of work. But you can join our IVF success guarantee program. We'll help calculate specifically for you and your partner, if you have one in your biology, what the exact costs are going to be for you to get pregnant through IVF. And you can finance that too. So it's really taking away that uncertainty. And if you don't get pregnant at the end of our program, we actually give you a refund, which is super groundbreaking.
Crazy. Hi, I hope you loved this little excerpt of Stork'd, the podcast where we talk about all things family building and families. This was a little taste of the bigger episode. We call it a Stork'd Munchkin. If you love what you heard, I highly encourage you to check out the full episode wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also find it on the Stork'd website at storkdpodcast.com. If you're in the process of building your own family or exploring what family means to you, and you want to stay up to date on all relevant topics related to family building, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter. It's called Let's Start a Family, and it is found on Substack. Happy listening.